tẹ́ gbowó ní Bódìjà lọ́jọ́ sí bọ́ sórí internet bọ́ sórí social media kẹ́ni pé ti gba 30 billion lọ́wọ́ federal government láti tún Bódìjà ṣe o. ọ̀rọ̀ security tó yẹ kẹ́ wá take personal take secret tí ó yẹ kẹ́ káwọn aráàlú gbọ́n nǹkan táwọn people yẹn láwọn fẹ́ tẹ́ máa fi lọ wá solution sí bí àwọn states gidi ní western world ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn tẹ́ máa fi sọ pé o ṣebí America ti wá sórí Nigeria soil wá extract àwọn èèyàn wọn tó kidnap rí ṣé àìgbọ́ lórí news pé wọ́n ń bọ̀ ni nǹkan tó relate mọ́ security àti mama publicize àti helicopter àti drone àti kíní kan why must we say all of this? wọ́n wá kọ́ ọmọ lọ fún 2 weeks instead of you to take it so active ẹ lọ ń ṣe declaration ẹ lọ ń ṣe switching from one party to another cassava party ẹ ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó wù yín ẹ wá ṣe gbogbo yẹn tán ẹ wá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ pé kí nǹkan táwọn àwọn terrorists fẹ́ ni. And some of your head are still believing that some of us that are speaking, we are speaking because we are politicians. I have been human before I became a politician. I have suffered in Nigeria before I became a politician. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, when some of us support a government of the day and we see the government of the day going astray, we fail to call them to order. We fail to speak out just because of the personal benefits that we are getting from the government. It is not news that we have good roads. It is not news that the government of the day since 1999 have been trying their best and they have been performing well. Which engineer Seyi Makinde is not an exception. But unfortunately, anytime there is politics around the corner, we need to be sincere with ourselves. We need to be factual with things that we want to discuss and talk about. Look at what happened at Orire about 3 weeks ago right now. Why would such a security threat happen within a vicinity? And by now, what we would be hearing on the media, on the news, are contradictory informations. It is not right. Báwo ni àwọn èèyàn ṣe máa ní pé wọ́n gbé àwọn èèyàn àwọn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé eventually rice ni ẹ máa fi tù wọ́n nínú àti 500,000. That aside, the federal government would say states has their security votes, they have this, they have that. We should have a representative from this same said Orire local governments representing them in the state assembly. They should have a local government chairman. Why would you eventually come out and tell us that if you were the governor, would you have done this, done that, done this, and enumerated or listed or pronounced several requests from the terrorists? And at the end of the day, the terrorists would make another video of the person they've adopted, one of the person they've adopted, claiming that what the government have said is not right. And some of us who are media bloggers, politicians, SAPAs, will come online and still be saying the woman was talking under duress. Under what do you expect her to be? One kidnapping on Ilelati over 3 weeks, and also under duress. She under pleasure, Nikotima Soro. We are saying the government is playing politics with what is going on. We are saying the government should stop playing politics with what is going on. Let us know the demand of these people and let us see how strategically the government can go about it. If the government over the last 2 weeks wouldn't have combed the whole forest to know where they are. Shebasha mango àwọn intelligence discovery channels nílùú òyìnbó. Wọ́n kọ́ ọmọ kékeré, wọ́n kọ́ àgbàlagbà. Iye kìlómítà wo ni wọ́n ti lè rìn láàrin 24 hours lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n kó wọn. Ẹ wo circumference gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn. Okay, ẹ dá àwọn aṣọ́gbó síbẹ̀, ẹ dá àwọn àmọ̀tẹ́kùn síbẹ̀. Kí federal government náà order police to ra my exclusive list on the security wa. And everything we can also come together to do together to achieve it through community policing and the likes. Only for you to start telling us something about Sharia law, this and that. And these people said this is not what they want. And some of us are still saying the woman is speaking under duress. Sheti àwọn èèyàn bá ní pé nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ ni, nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ pé láwọn fẹ́. Ṣé kò tún reduce, nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ gan reduce compared to nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ now. So where is the government getting this list of what they have pronounced to the masses from? And if we will say it, nísìnyẹn máa ní pé wọ́n ti politics bọ̀, torí pé àwọn kan support ẹnìkan, torí pé àwọn kan fẹ́ contest ni wọ́n ṣe sòtọ̀rọ̀. People know me. When the Tinubu government increased fuel price, we came out online to express our grievance, our dissatisfaction. Speaking does not mean that they will kill you. If everybody that is speaking are being killed, gbogbo àwọn tó ń judge agbára fáwọn Nigerians and Ṣòwòrẹ́ and the likes, yes, we may say they have their political motive. Àwọn náà fẹ́ contest, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe kíní kan, but they are fighting for us now. Ṣèbó ní ẹ̀ta ìyàpẹ̀rẹ̀ cooking gas by. Some people are fighting it out. Wọ́n wá kó ọmọ lọ láti 3 weeks. They expect the government máa sọ gbogbo security measures tó bá ń ṣe fún wa ní public space because it is not even right. But if you are not saying that in public space, why don't you just keep mute with the demand that you came to tell us in public space, which is contradicting what those who you are negotiating with are saying? So stop politicizing things. We don't need to, because of politics, come at no debe, nyakisa. We don't have to do that. If this set of people say this is what they want, you don't need to help. Konid keba won heart mo. Konid keba won yokuro mbe. If I konid ke so fun awon eyan gan, why are you telling the people what they want? Are we not doing criminology in school anymore? The professor of criminology, some set of criminals says this is what they want, and you are making it public. In such situation, you have to keep it very discreet. That is how I believe the police work. Only the but our politicians, I don't know what is wrong with them. They will politicize everything when they don't even have time for the people anymore. In bomb blast 50 billion, 30 billion, 10 billion. Okay, government, federal government, 30 billion, body gasho. No, so yeah. Tori yetila owo lo, yetila nkan to ma je kinu won dun lo. Àwọn agbesunmomi wá gbé àwọn ọmọ for the past 2 weeks. Ìjọ tó gbé wọn gangan ti rí proactive measure kan ṣe tá bá ti ẹ wo Discovery Channel ṣe bá àwọn American film. Tẹ́ bá nípa American film o real ṣe bá àwọn Discovery Channel àwọn òyìnbó Border Patrol and everything. Ṣé tẹ́yàn kan bá rìn bí ìjàpá láti 3 weeks wọ́n ti gbé àwọn people yẹn ṣé wọ́n ti nífẹ̀ẹ́ rìn kúrò nínú range ibi tí wọ́n wà yẹn gan. Only for you to come and start saying, if you are the governor, will you give them Sharia? Where did they ask you for Sharia? Can Sharia work in a region like the Western region where we Christians are? Can a set of people force a law on the states? If they want that, would they be dealing with states? What you are only playing politics. Because you believe that some of us would keep mute when we hear, and some of your boys that you are paying as SA and PA would always back up your politics. Iku to den pa ojugba eni owe ńlá ló ń pa fún yàn. Ko se go PA náà ló ń rówó gun plane. Ko se go PA náà ló ń rí VIP escorts gbé kiri. Some of the PAs too have their friends and families and loved ones in school. So if we are there without saying the truth, because they are the ones feeding us today. Ọlọ́mọ ẹ ko pe salary ta bá gba kò ní kan nǹkan tí ìlú bá dá sí wa lọ́rùn. Nígbà tẹ́ gbowó ní Bódìjà lọ́jọ́ sí bọ́ sórí internet, bọ́ sórí social media kẹ́ nípa ti gba 30 billion lọ́wọ́ federal government láti tún Bódìjà ṣe o. Ọ̀rọ̀ security tó yẹ kẹ́ wá take personal, take secret. Tí ó yẹ kẹ́ káwọn aráàlú gan gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn people yẹn láwọn fẹ́. Tẹ́ máa fi lọ wá solution sí bí àwọn states gidi ní western world ṣe ń ṣe nìyẹn. Tẹ́ máa fi sọ pé okay o, ṣebí America ti wá sórí Nigeria soil wá extract àwọn èèyàn wọn tó kidnap rí. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ lórí news pé wọ́n ń bọ̀ ni? Why are we doing like this in Africa? Why are we doing like this in Nigeria? Amadela to cabinet jo nǹkan tó relate mo security at the mama publicize at a helicopter, at a drone, at a kiniko. Why must we say all of this? Wọ́n wá come for 2 weeks instead of you to take it so active. Ẹ lọ ṣe declaration, ẹ lọ ṣe switching from one party to another cassava party. Ẹ ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó wù yín, ẹ wá ṣe gbogbo yẹn tán, ẹ wá ṣe ń sọ pé kí nǹkan táwọn àwọn terrorists fẹ́ ni. And some of your head are still believing that some of us that are speaking, we are speaking because we are politicians. I have been human before I became a politician. I have suffered in Nigeria before I became a politician. And if all of us can't complain about government, start for the hamwa, can't pray, can't join politics, láti lọ ṣe wọn bàtà wà náà lè ṣe, láti ṣe ìlú bó ṣe yẹ kí ìlú rí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe lọ nìyẹn, a máa complain lọ ni. And we are not ready for that. Our generation has changed. We cannot just be on the radio complaining. We cannot just be on the social media complaining. We would rather join you, and when we get there, we do that thing that we are complaining about. It's simple. So you don't come out with the narrative of terrorists. Who does that? Keep very, very discreet. As a team, by security operatives, which means ain't gonna let them come terrorists to meet Toma fellow gbé àwọn èèyàn mi kò dá now. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wà humane in our activities with dealing with people. You have done the best you can do as a governor. Fine. You should not let the tail end destroy everything you've done so far. Leave politics aside. Stop letting people push you into what is not. When Governor Seyi Makinde was coming forth in 2019, the government of the day, Ajimobi tó kúrò ńbẹ̀ in 2018-2019, kò gbógun tì náà. ẹ fi pátì mi ẹ yé gbógun ti pátì oní pátì mọ́ ẹ lọ kọjú mọ́ nǹkan tí ìṣèjọba tẹ́ ń ṣe kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe dáadáa because tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣèjọba yẹn dáadáa gan pátì mi tó bá fẹ́ wá gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ yín gan kí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà ṣe kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wọ́n wá máa gba problem. Perfect the job you've done well. Let people give kudos to you. Need your declaration tẹ́ bá fẹ́ hand over fáwọn tó bá wọlé kẹ́ ẹ lè fi ẹ̀rín àtọ̀rọ̀ yàyà ipe state ò dàrú mọ́ yín lórí wọ́n tó hand over. So those that are advising you on do this, be a political warlord, be a godfather, this and they are not helping your career in the last 7, 8, 6 years. They are not, and they need to. So I want to urge us, ẹjọ́, community policing ara wa is very, very important. A gbọ́dọ̀ dá ìjọba dá gbogbo nǹkan. Tí wọn náà bá rẹ̀yàn kan tó bá jókòó ní ẹ̀gbẹ́ ilé ẹ̀ tí òun ṣe tó ti máa ń jókòó mẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ béèrè pé kí ló ń wá. Ibi kí n má sọ̀rọ̀ náà ló ń jẹ́ kí o lè já wá. Àpẹẹrẹ ẹ̀ ní pé nígbà tí ní àdúgbò gan tó ń bá gbọ́ bá àwọn olè wà ládùúgbò àwọn láńlọ́ọ̀dù kan máa jáde àwọn láńlọ́ọ̀dù kan máa korí bọlé ni. Tí gbogbo èèyàn bá ń korí bọlé báyìí àwọn olè máa operate easily ni. So tá a bá sọ pé a fẹ́ tún ìlú ṣe ojúṣe ìjọba nìkan kọ́ ni ìlú títún ṣe yẹn. Àwọn aráàlú náà ní ojúṣe titi wa. Àwọn láńlọ́ọ̀dù tó ń gbàyàn sílé náà ní ojúṣe titi wọn. Àwọn caretaker tó ń mú àwọn èèyàn kiri náà láti fún láńlọ́ọ̀dù pé wọ́n gbà wọ́n sílé àwọn náà ní ojúṣe titi wọn. Kò ń ṣèjọba nìkan àtàwọn ọlọ́pàá nìkan la máa dá gbogbo ojúṣe yẹn dá. Tí Jesus gan bá wá ṣe governor wa lọ́yọ̀ state táwọn èèyàn ò bá cooperate pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ láti ṣe ìlú dáadáa at the end of the day a máa complain náà ni. So we have to be factual and realistic. Irú community tó ti lọ ṣe nǹkan burúkú yẹn kò lè kó wọ́n pọ̀ máa débẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan burúkú ńjọ́ yẹn which means there must have been some people in that community that has been abetting crime that has been cooperating with them. Kó tó di pé wọ́n lè má mọ̀ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe for real but you don't just see strangers and overlook and say it's fine. It's just like kó kọ́lé ẹ̀ kó ṣílẹ̀kùn pálọ̀ ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ kó kàn rí ẹnìkan kó wọnú pálọ̀ ẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ jókòó kó má dẹ̀ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ta ni ẹ̀ béèrè sà. That is the same way bó ṣe rí tó bá rí stranger community ẹ̀ tó rí stranger tó ṣe nǹkan community ẹ̀ tó ò dẹ̀ lè pe àkíyèsí àwọn community holders sí pé kí ni ẹni yìí ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn tó gbójú tó lọ. Igi téèyàn bá fojú ré náà gbà mí ó lè ṣe kú pààyàn. So I want to urge the present government in Oyo State and their media assistants, their news assistants and everything. They should focus on governance. They should stop saying àwọn kíní kan fẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n fẹ́lẹ̀ àwọn security talk kan wà kò ṣeé sọ lórí media space. Ẹ lọ yanjú ẹ̀ indoor kẹ́ yanjú kẹ́ parí ẹ̀ kẹ́ wá àwọn ọmọ rí ni. Ọlọ́run ò ní ṣe ọmọ wa lọ́mọ àwọn ọmọ tó dẹ̀ wà nínú gbóyìn àwọn gbàdúrà fún wọn. Wọ́n á jáde láyọ̀ àtàlàfíà. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí ogun nǹkan burúkú kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì lọ gbájúmọ́ nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀. Kó lọ gbájúmọ́ nǹkan tó wà ńlẹ̀ government of the day mú nǹkan lọ́wọ́ iṣẹ́ ìlú ni wọ́n dẹ̀ mú lọ́wọ́ kó lọ ṣe. Àwa tá à ń ronú pa fẹ́ wá join wọn nínú ìjọba kó fi wá lọ́rùn sílẹ̀. One, focus on governance and leave politics aside. Àwọn tó máa fẹ́ dìbò ẹyẹ kó lọ máa ṣiṣẹ́ ìbò wọn dídì. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lẹ́nu ìjọba must you be a godfather? It is this same government that used to tell us in 2019 pé he does not have any godfather. So what is the meaning of you now looking for all means? Yes, we know somebody must succeed you, but it will be the will of the people. It is not you that will determine who will succeed you. Àwọn aráàlú tó wá determine pé wọ́n ló fẹ́ ṣèjọba first time, second time, no ma determine and to ma succeed here l'office. And Oyo State people are not daft. They are not deaf and dumb. You can't just say, okay, because you have done well, you must lay one lower and come on next. They will just be looking at you because they keep looking at you. And you know that they are looking at you. You know. So instead of you wasting good and precious time to go fish a good administration, come boring if when can't only ma do our family in court, you are now running helter skelter to ensure that somebody succeeds you. Can run helter skelter? Can he succeed in 2018? She was the governor in 2019. It is not a do or die affair. It is not. So ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ yẹn ká mi lára ni. It's not that pé bóyá mi ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí internet tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí bóyá social media space náà ni gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tá bá ń sọ mọ́. But bí ìjọba ṣe ní ojúṣe ẹ̀ ni àwa aráàlú àti èmi náà ní ojúṣe wa. Ìjọba ò lè wọ gbogbo nooks and crannies láti mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀. Torí èrò èèyàn 5 million ló wà lọ́yọ̀ state or there about. Ọlọ́pàá tó wà lọ́yọ̀ state kì í ṣe one person one police wọn ò tó fraction yẹn. So àwa náà gbọ́dọ̀ máa ṣe community policing and personal policing náà fúnra wa. Káwọn ìjọba náà dẹ̀ gbajúmọ̀ nǹkan tó kàn wọ́n nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí kàn fi àwa tá a fẹ́ dìbò ní other parties kàn fi wá lọ́rùn sílẹ̀ kàn fi APC sílẹ̀ kàn fi accord sílẹ̀ kàn gbajúmọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ kàn dẹ̀ parí ẹ̀ láyọ̀ àtàlàfíà. Nǹkan táwọn bájọba sọ nìyẹn Ọlọ́run adé kó dára fún wa máa ní bọ́ sọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ evil things will not happen to our generation. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní western region sì kò ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. But mo mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ border patrolling is very very key. Gbogbo àwọn forest ranger, our forest guard and the likes, they are very very important. If the government of the day is not having advisors that will advise them, there are modalities through which you can guard borders. So then you see pé bóyá ó lag behind tó pé nìkan máa kàn ṣe àwọn nomads kan máa kàn driving wọ́n á dẹ̀ drive out pẹ̀lú àwọn riches and goodies inú ìlú tó ti lọ tó máa lọ jà wọ́n lólè ń bẹ̀. So I pray God will help us. I pray Oyo State will be peaceful as it used to be. But ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má yẹ ká jẹ́ kí politics kó da ojú Oyo State bolẹ̀ àti Nàìjíríà. Ọlọ́run wa dẹ̀ wà pẹ̀lú wa. Thank you very much.